Now let me talk to you about the national GOP. Let me talk to you about the principles that they are setting forth. The principles that they are setting forth have nothing to do with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The principles they declared this week were the principles for the immigration reform. I read them. I can't even get all the way through them because it makes me so angry. Their first set of principles, we declare that border security and interior enforcement must come first. Oh, really? Do they really? Where were they when they had the House and the Senate and the White House? Where were they? They were afraid to act. They were afraid of being racist. Nothing racist. Judge me by the content of my character, not the color of my skin. Why does everyone think that Hispanics want to come here to escape the oppression that they have in their own country, where it's special favors and special access and you can buy people off? Why do they want to come here and have the government do exactly the same thing? You don't think they recognize corruption when they see it? The most racist thing you can say is that Hispanics all want amnesty. They're here for a reason. You know, we wouldn't have a problem with our borders. We wouldn't have this problem if it wasn't for the progressives in the first place. We didn't have to worry about border security. If you come here, you work hard, you make a life for yourself, maybe you can get citizenship. But now people are coming over because we're giving free stuff. It's like we're Kellogg's. It's like we already are pumping everybody full of sugar cereal, but because we're not sure that the kids will like the sugar cereal, we put a prize down at the end of the box. And what's happening? We're all eating the sugar cereal. But we have people coming in box after box, just ripping them open and just digging down for the prize. America's not about free stuff. It's not about sugar cereals. It's not about a marketing campaign. America is about freedom. That's the only thing free here, the people. I used to believe, I've changed, and I think we all have. I hope we all have. I hope we've changed. I hope we're better. I hope we've thrown ourselves up against the wall and said, have we created any of this problem? Have we been responsible for any of this? What role did I play? What did I turn my face away from? What did I say? What did I know was right? But I was like, I'm not going to hang around those people because I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I don't have time to read all the facts. I don't know. I don't care. Those are national crimes. And all of us have committed them. Every single citizen of this country has committed those crimes at one point in their life. I don't know. I don't care. I'm too tired. How many of us have soul searched? I hope we all have. And in the last 14 years, we've changed. We've seen. We've woken up. But some in Washington have not. They just keep wrapping themselves in the flag. Orrin Hatch told me one time, I know how to unite everybody. I said, how's that, Orrin? I'll just bring up a flag-burning amendment. I said, Orrin, for the love of you got to be kidding me. I will burn the flag right here. They are burning the principles behind the flag. It is the Constitution, not the flag. The flag is red, white, and blue. It's pretty. Burn that all day long. Preserve the Constitution of the United States. If the GOP really believed in the things that they're trying to tell us that they believe in, if John Boehner really believed these things, I'm guessing you're not any different than I am because you're here tonight. Why are you here? Are you here for the really yummy food or the comfortable seats? Are you here because you have so much money, you don't know what to do with it, and somebody came down the street and said, why don't you give it to the GOP? And you're like, okay, I got to unload that. You're here because you believe in something. And if you believe in something, show me the action. In Washington, they're not showing us the action. If the GOP actually believed these things, then there would be a special prosecutor appointed right now to investigate the IRS. If the GOP actually believed in the Constitution, there would be a special prosecutor for the NSA and a special prosecutor for the reporters that have been spied on and threatened. Why is there no special prosecutor for Benghazi? Because they're afraid. They are afraid of being called naughty names. They're afraid of being called awful things. I lived in New York City. You can't call me a name I haven't heard. Is anybody in Washington ever heard sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me? Oh, but I have to have my reputation. Oh, but if I'm not here, if I don't do it, nobody else will. Are you out of your mind? Read about Chernobyl. You know how they shut that thing down? They called all the firemen together. And don't tell me that this wouldn't happen in the United States. They didn't have a choice. In America, we would have done it voluntarily. They called them all together and said, you have 30 seconds to be in that room. You have 30 seconds. Here's your job. You're going to go in, you're going to open the door, make sure the door is open, then get out. You're going to go in, you're going to find the light switch. It's going to be right here. You're going to turn it on and get out. Then you're going in. You're going to find the panel. You're going to make sure that red light is on the panel. Then you're going to get out. Then you're going to... Lines of people. Why? Because it was radiation. It was going to kill them, cause cancer. They die. I got news for you. That's Washington, D.C. It's Chernobyl. You go in, you open the door, then you get out, then you go in, you make sure the document is still there, then you get out. That's what it should be. We are dealing with Chernobyl. It is a meltdown of our system. And anybody who says, oh, well, I've got to, you're already dead. You're already dead. And if anybody thinks that they're going to go in and keep their reputation, then you're not planning on doing anything. Because the rest of the people there don't want things changed. There's a lot of people in our own party, in the GOP, in Texas, that have got to go because they are part of the problem. And quite honestly, there is nothing more shameful, and I pin this on myself, as I said earlier. What are the things that we have said to ourselves that I'm carrying too much baggage already, I'm not going to take this on too? If we really believe the Constitution, for the freedoms for us and our posterity, then how come the GOP is not standing up for the 56 million babies that have been aborted? Amen. They're afraid. Why isn't there a special prosecutor for the president on Obamacare? He looked at the American people and lied. He knew. He knew because I said there's no way that can be accurate. 2 + 2 = 4, Mr. President. And so he was so busy smearing me and so busy smearing anybody else that would stand up and say that's not true. There's no way he didn't know. He didn't ever say, wait a minute, do we have that math wrong? Never? Then he shouldn't be the President of the United States because he's completely irresponsible. He knew. And I honestly wish, as millions now lose their jobs, healthcare is going to be lost for so many. Businesses have to make the decision. We're making a decision now on what we're going to do as a company. As moms and dads literally are going to be losing sleep, talking in bed with everything else that's going on in their life, saying to each other, how are we going to afford this? How are we going to do this? Are our kids going to be able to have the treatment that they need? As all of that is happening right now, I wish I could say the GOP was silent, but they weren't. They weren't silent. I wish John McCain, I wish Graham, I wish Cornyn and McConnell would have been silent, but they weren't. They were too busy putting a knife in the back of Ted Cruz and Mike Lee and Rand Paul.